say thank you to everybody that worked with me over the year, and I want to wish good luck to Shazeda, who is our incoming president of the ASA and her 2014-2015 executive team. So with that being said, I hope we're kept under my time limit, but now we have the Paul Hansell Competition Award. So we have Brian Hansell here this evening. So Brian's business career and entrepreneurial journey began when he was 8 years old, when he took on the delivery of both the morning and evening newspapers. He has built 4 successful businesses and spent the last 30 years in the insurance industry. Brian served as both the Toronto and global president for the Entrepreneurs Organization, an organization that has over 9,500 members through 131 chapters in 40 countries. He is frequently called upon as a strategist and facilitator. Immediately following the tragic death of his son Paul, Brian established the Paul Hansell Foundation, through which this award has been made possible. So I'd like to call out Brian, please.
There's lots of speeches here. Thank you for that kind introduction. Over the next few minutes, I hope to tell you about Paul Hansell, the foundation, and share a few things with you that I've learned along the way. It was a great introduction, and I thank you very much for it. It does a wonderful job of telling the story of some of my accomplishments against a standard collection of things that we've become conditioned to want to share. But let me also tell you that I'm the founder of the Paul Hansell Foundation. I'm a member of the Mental Health Management Advisory Committee here at Brock. I'm a member of the Mental Health Roundtable for the Burlington Community Foundation. For and above all, the thing that I'm the proudest of is being a father to my daughter Jolene and my son Paul. Paul was a vibrant, talented, motivated, and accomplished person. We were best friends, as thick as thieves, and shared everything. That is, except one very significant choice that Paul made at the age of 18. In September of 2010, Paul started here at Brock in the accounting co-op program. Immediately, Paul became immersed in many of the business clubs and was the youngest member of one of the Accounting Association competition teams. Paul often commented to me how fortunate that he felt in having the tools and frameworks to transition from home and high school to dorm and university. He noted that many of his peers were having trouble making this transition, and he and I had many conversations about setting up student life balance workshops. Simply, it was in Paul's nature to give people a hand up, as was also evident by his involvement with Brock's community outreach programs. Tragically, in December 2010, Paul took his own life. It was a decision that we'll never, ever get over, but we'll continue to get past. The foundation, Paul Hansell Foundation, is driven to influence. Its mission is to promote programs aimed at the mental and emotional well-being of youth. Specific to Brock, the foundation has sponsored the December Wellness Week, and is sponsoring both the Open Mic Night and the Breakfast for a Buck during the upcoming Wellness Week starting on Monday. There will be tip cards on coping skills for both stress and coping. But I'm also thrilled to announce that during the Wellness Week, one of the first modules from Paul's dream of student life balance programs will be launched. It's a module called Financial Literacy. So watch for the campaign and the video. I got to tell you, it's really very exciting. The foundation website is in the final stages of its initial development, and we look forward to it becoming a noted resource for well-being of youth. Daily I get asked, Brian, we need to destigmatize mental health and issues around it. My response has always been very consistent. Stop calling it mental illness. The matter of fact is, had I stood up here today, I walked in this room and said to you, I just came from the doctor, and the doctors told me that I have cancer, your minds would immediately move in some direction and thought that I might be terminal. Had I come in here today and said to you that I've just come from the doctor and he's removed a small bit of skin cancer, you have a different sense and feeling. The exact same thing occurs when it relates to mental health and mental illness. So I encourage everybody to stop calling it mental illness and start talking about mental health instead. I promise you that today, around the world, there's not one person who woke up without some level of stress, fear, anxiety, or depression. The remarkable thing is, most people, or a lot of people, have developed frameworks that enable them to deal with those challenges and go about their days. Let's continue to provide each other with the level of support needed to get through these issues. Reach out and hug each other. It's my belief that it's your generation that's best positioned to take the notion of mental health and well-being to a whole new level. It's an untapped and growing industry. Thank you for listening to my story and the story of Paul and the Foundation. I'd like to take this moment to present the award for the Paul Hansell Competition Award. And I present that on behalf of the Foundation to Shazeda Ly.